what struck me out of our prayer time just now, led by Heidi. I was struck again. I don't know why, but it always jumps out to me, this type of thing. I don't know if it's just because I'm excited or fearful or thankful. It's a mix of emotions, but Psalm 103 verse 4. Who redeems your life from the pit? Who crowns your steadfast love and mercy? Who satisfies you with good so that your youth is renewed like eagles? It always sticks out. For those of us that know Jesus as our Lord, King and Saviour, that verse is like, it's a big deal for us because we understand the pit in which we were destined for. And this is a big deal. Like, I think that's yeah. I didn't want to do a sermon on your thing. That's just what hit me in the head, or made me aware as you were leading us through that, Heidi. Just want to thank Ezra up the back, who's been given the hard job of getting the wrong media. So we watched the wrong video. But Kids Church is not on. Just FYI. All right, we're cool. If you didn't already notice that. This morning, fam, we're going to be hanging out in Luke chapter 10. But before we get to Luke chapter 10, we're going to read and probably come back to Hebrews chapter 4. Over the last month, we've been looking at hope, realized, revealed, revived, fulfilled in Jesus. And this morning, we're going to look at how Jesus actually is our rest. A lot of places around the place are having a Sabbath rest, and we get to take the opportunity to rest together. So this morning, as Heidi has kicked us off with slowing down and praying through Psalm 103, sorry, is that right? Yeah, I've got 4 in front of me. It really starts this process as we wind down from 2025 and into 2026. And we're going to spend some time sitting at the feet of Jesus this morning. And then as a congregation, we're going to stand and we're going to be praying for each other and for 2026 as well. So this morning, we're going to be in the Word and we're going to be a house of prayer and a house of worship. So let me read Hebrews chapter 4. I think I want to start at verse 4. So chapter 4, verse 4. For he has somewhere spoken of the seventh day in this way, and God rested on the seventh day from all his works. And again in this passage he said, they shall not enter my rest, since therefore it remains for them to enter it. And those who formerly received the good news failed to enter because of disobedience. Again he appoints a certain day today, saying through David so long afterward, in the words already quoted, today if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts. So come in. For if Joshua had given them rest, God would not have spoken of another day later on, pointing to Jesus. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For whoever has entered God's rest has also rested from his works as God did his. There's a couple of things going on in this passage. Rest is a big deal. What does Jesus say to the Pharisees that are picking on his disciples when they're out taking heads of wheat? What does he say? The Pharisees are like, why are your disciples eating or working on the Sabbath? What does Jesus say? He says, the Sabbath was made for man. And there's something about the fact that Sabbath is made for man that says something about our rhythms of life. Sabbath is rest. Sabbath means tools down, stopping. It's made for us to keep on going. And Jesus, for those of us that know him, we have already found rest in him. And that rest is for now and forever. But it also, there's another part to that rest, which is actually you need to stop sometimes. Every seventh day, you need to stop. There needs to be a rhythm of rest in your crazy, crazy lives, your chaotic lives. And so that brings us to today's text, which we'll get to shortly. But I reckon every one of us who have been running around like headless chickens, getting the tinsel up, getting the Christmas lights up, I didn't do that this year. This was the first year I didn't put Christmas lights up. Well, I put one line up and that's it. We put our Christmas tree on the 20th instead of like way earlier in the past. A lot of us would have been going shopping, lots of shopping. Who loves Robina Town Centre this time of year? Yeah, I don't see any hands. It's chaotic, it's busy, it's flat out. And for some of us, we're still working. We're still going. Others are actually having a time to wind down, but in your wind down, you're still going. You've got so much going on. And I suppose that's just how our lives have become, because we need to do that. We need to show that we are busy, right? Hands up if you've said, how you going? And someone said, yeah, busy. And they're like, yeah, cool, busy, great. How many of us use that answer? Oh, I'm busy. Cool. Yep. Oh, life's really flat out at the moment. It's like we wear it like a badge of honor. It's like we're like, woo, I'm busy. Yeah, great. Busyness is kind of culturally ingrained in us, right? Like you have to be busy. If you're not busy, you're not successful. That's how, I don't know, maybe that's not for you, but I definitely feel that. Now, in my last role with Queensland Baptists, I was in the middle of my master's at that point. I didn't quite get to my master's, which that's a whole other story, because I'm like, God, where are you taking me? I've got 3 options. And so I pulled out of doing my master's and I finished with my grad dip in leadership specifically. And I'm pulling together this young adults retreat in the worst possible place in Australia, Airlie Beach, Whitsundays. Beautiful. Yeah, hard life, right? And so we're pulling this thing together. This is in 2020. So we're pulling this together at the end of 2019, ready to go in 2020 in it was in May. And we've pulled this thing together. We've got churches from all across the northern Queensland. So from Mackay right through to Cairns. So not quite too far North Queensland, so North Queensland's area. And we're coming together, and this whole retreat was specifically tailored at young adults. It was to help young adults learn that beautiful line, time management and spiritual disciplines. And I think they two go together. And some might be like, well, no, time management's not in the Bible, Aaron, therefore it's not. But I think they go hand in glove, because there's something about rhythms that keep us as humans going. And so we've come together, we're trying to pull this thing off, and then COVID-19 happens. Does anyone remember COVID? Is that a distant memory yet? It just feels like yesterday, hey. It ruined everything. So in the midst of pulling this thing together, getting everything off the ground, and then all of a sudden, absolute chaos hits. Absolute chaos. Pastors in churches like Robbie running around like crazy, trying to get getting cameras sorted, getting all the bits and pieces pre-recorded, all the things, so that every one of us can sit in our homes and watch a screen and be part of a community. It was absolute chaos. All in the mix of all of us still having to do what we had to do, right? So in the middle of that, I'm on the phone every 5 minutes to people across the state going, okay, this is how we're going to do child safe. This is how we're going to do child safe. This is how we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. All over the place. It was chaotic. Some of us, all the introverts in the room, you don't need to put your hands up. We know you don't want to put your hand up. But you guys are like, sweet. I don't have to leave my house. Yeah. The extroverts in the room, like Robbie, were like, oh, I just want to talk to people. I just want to talk to people. So, Robbie was kind of like wrecked, and the introverts were like, oh, I loved it. Like, I'm an ambivert, so that's kind of in the middle, so I'm wrecked both ways. So I'm loving this, right? Anyway, so the whole point of this particular thing was riffing off John Mark Comer's book. I can't remember what it's called. Does anyone remember what it's called? The Ruthless Pursuit of Hurry. Yeah, that's the one. I've got to slow down. Yeah, The Ruthless Pursuit of Hurry. The idea, So that was just all about creating rhythms. And it was funny that the Lord put that on our hearts, and he threw every rhythm in the book out the door. Like every possible thing. However, we just had to keep on going, and we still keep on going. In 2025, here at Reedy specifically, there's been a lot of juggling and a lot of transition. There's been a lot of upheaval, like, as in like positive. Is that the right word I'm looking for? There was a lot of transitions, a better word. There's a lot of things going on. There was a lot of things for us, but still we kept keeping on. And in the midst of all that, 2025, I'm sure every one of us has had a chaotic year. When I say chaotic, I don't mean that in the negative. I mean that as the busy side of this year. Like just in the last month, I know one of the blokes over this side, over in that kind of section, sitting next to his wife. I know they had in 2 weeks. It was full on. It was changing gears every 5 seconds. And as a church, we got to pray for them, but it was chaos. And I reckon that's not just the only people that were flat out. Every one of us has been having to chop and change gears, chaos. And we're trying to do work. We're trying to do family. We're trying to do looking after ourselves. We're trying to do looking after ourselves spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally. We're trying to do all these things. And we just keep on keeping on, and we just keep on struggling. I've got a photo, I hope. I've got a photo up on here, I hope. Yeah. So what do you guys think is going on in slide 4? Yeah, what do you think is going on there? What's he doing? He's juggling. Can everyone see he's juggling? All right, he's juggling, yeah? All right. Why is he juggling? To entertain, it's good. Anyone else feel like they're juggling all the time? Maybe they're juggling work. Maybe they're juggling family. Maybe they're juggling, I don't know, spending time with Jesus. Maybe they're juggling going for a run. I know I'm juggling that, trying to. Maybe it's juggling spending time with your spouse. One of the many CEOs who have led Coca-Cola, Brian Dyson, once gave an address at Georgia Tech in the United States. The lengthy address finished with this final quote that is helpful for us, I think, for us today. He said, "Lastly, I would caution you that is intelligent, active participants in a dynamic society like America, you must bring balance into your lives." That's just to capture, I believe that's for us as Australians too, that we are intelligent, active participants in a ridiculously dynamic society. You must bring balance into your lives. Imagine life as a game in which you are juggling some 5 balls in the air. Slide 6 says, you name them work, family, health, friends, and spirit, and you are keeping all of these in the air. You will soon understand that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. How many of us actually think of work like that? It actually will bounce back. If you drop it, it will bounce back. But the other 4 balls, like family, health, friends, and spirit, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, they will irrevocably be scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, or even shattered. They will never be the same. You must understand that and strive for balance in your life. Now, this speech has had its rounds on the internet, with one blogger doing some extrapolating. They added this. You got the next one? Slide 7. All right, this is a lot. Can you even read that? I can just read it. One of them says, don't set your goals by what other people deem important. Only you know what is best for you. Don't take for granted the things closest to your heart. Cling to them as you would your life, for without them, life is meaningless. I think that's interesting. Don't give up when you still have something to give. Nothing is really over until the moment you stop trying. This is feeling a bit like workspace, isn't it? Don't be afraid to admit that you are less than perfect. Oh, that's easy. It is this fragile thread that binds us all together. I like that one. Don't be afraid to encounter risk. Ooh. It is by taking chances that we learn how... This sounds a bit stoic, isn't it? It doesn't sound really helpful. Yeah, let's keep moving. These are great ideas and thoughts, but what does the Bible have to say? All those things kind of sound like we have to strive, right? But what does the Bible have to say? Probably one of the things that none of us really like, because the Bible's there to help and rebuke us and teach us and encourage us forward. So let's have a look at Luke chapter 10, verse 38 to 42. This sits between the parable of the Good Samaritan and Jesus' teaching on prayer, the Lord's Prayer. These passages and our passage today shed light on one of Luke's, as one scholar puts it, most important themes. Anyone want to tell me what one of the most important themes in Luke's gospel is? Starts with D and ends with isleship. Discipleship. Yeah. The Good Samaritan speaks of how we are to love and care for our neighbour, and the Lord's Prayer teaches us how to pray. And our passage today focuses on spending time with Jesus amid all of the juggling of life. So let's jump into it. All right. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." I wonder, where do you see yourself in that passage? Where do you see yourself in that story? Where do you see yourself in that narrative? It is likely you found yourself resonating with Martha. I know I do, all right? I find myself running around like a headless chicken at times. Leading and ministering here at RCBC, being a husband, being a father, being a friend, cooking, cleaning, driving, learning, evangelizing, writing, trying to stay active and always missing the better thing. "Oh, how dare you, pastor? You should be sitting at Jesus' feet all the time." Man, I'm just a normal person, y'all. This is a reality. Rushing from one thing to the next, rushing from one Netflix series to Amazon Prime one. I haven't been able to do that this month, right? But this one, maybe. The cricket to the basketball. Don't talk about the cricket. But still forgetting the better thing. Sitting at the feet of Jesus. The great, messy juggle of busy. I reckon that kind of sums up most of our lives. We're jumping from one thing to the next. Now, Martha was caught up in all the things that needed to be done by a first century woman. While in her mind, Mary was doing the opposite, and there was some sort of sibling squabble of she's not helping. Nonetheless, what Martha was doing was all good. She was doing all the good things. She was doing all the right things. She was busy juggling the household filled with hungry people. Let's just set the scene for a moment. Jesus comes to your house. Of course you're going to this is the dude that healed old mate and old love and declared it there and did all these things. Of course you're going to do this sort of stuff, yeah? I think you'd be this is next level. You'd be running around. But Jesus, this is just normal. Whenever you have people in your house, what do you usually do? You make sure it's clean and tidy and you look after people, right? So you're just doing the normal. So she wasn't doing anything bad. It was likely that you are like Martha, and probably me in that. You are juggling all the good things. We enjoy all the things. You are passionate about, the things that you're passionate about, excited to do as you influence others, as you lead others, as you disciple others, as you care for others. But you forget to sit at Jesus' feet or have never sat at the feet of Jesus. Sitting at the feet of Jesus can be peaceful, hopeful, and lovely. It can also be a time of deep, reflective work where you allow him to help you by his Holy Spirit to sort out your anger, your malice, your bitterness, your hurry. He wants to do these things in your life. He wants to change these things in your life. As Romans 8:28-29 states, that for those who love God, all things work together for good. For those who are called according to his purpose. For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, in order that he might be the firstborn among many brothers. Jesus wants to help us become more like him. By his Holy Spirit, this is possible. You may have heard all this before. However, since having to juggle so much, you may have forgotten to allow him to change you by sitting at his feet, spending time with him. Our personal discipleship needs this time with him, and therefore we should prioritize this time with him. Maybe that is actually putting it in your calendar when you're going to spend time with him, and actually go to him if you don't already have a rhythm. Giving the focus to him, and for a time ceasing the things that need to be done. That's a hard one. How do you cease the things that need to be done? Whoo! This might look different for everyone. It may be you alone reading your Bible and praying, or silently reflecting on your day while asking for forgiveness, showing him gratitude, thank you, Jesus, and calling out for help. Lord, help me in this situation. It may be sitting in a quiet place overlooking the beach, or walking through the bush, chatting with God while seeking guidance, repenting and being with him. Sitting with Jesus is not just sitting, it is being with him. Spending time with him, making this a priority, is key to knowing his will for your lives. I think here, just general Australian culture is around coffee, right? This might sound really gross. Go and have a coffee with Jesus. Go and grab whatever you drink and sit at your coffee shop if that's what you want to go to sit. I sit in a park on a specific bench, try to do it at a specific time-ish, and I sit there, and that's where I have coffee with Jesus. I spend time with him. A lot of us drink coffee. A lot of us are in that kind of culture. Sit there and be with Jesus. We live in a time where you can't tell me you don't have a Bible, because if you've got a phone, you've got a Bible in front of you. Spend time, open it up, read the word, reflect on what it has for you, what he has for you, and allow him to change. The psalmist writes, your word is a light to my feet and a light to my path. Jesus is the word. We read in John's gospel that he was the word at the beginning, and that word was God. Jesus, being the creator of all things, as Paul reminded the church and us, the church of Colossae and us, for by him all things were created. We can know the path set before us by spending time with him. This is not always easy, but nothing worth is. It's not always easy. If you do not already have a plan or a rhythm to spend time with Jesus, 2026 is around the corner. That was simply finding a time in your diary and pencil it in. Or even better, you can use a pen or a permanent marker and stick at it. Review the time slot. Review it. Actually go, okay, is this working? Is this fit, kind of fit your rhythms around him, but you've got to be able just to make sure, because all the time there's always some changes, there's always chaos in our world. But making sure we find a slot and we make sure that's a priority until you've found your rhythm. If you need help with personal management, David Allen and Tim Charlies have delightful books on productivity and leading self, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But most important, as disciples, the best way that we can walk with Jesus, I think we kind of forget in our individualistic kind of world of Australia, is that we need to do this with each other. Accountability is key. Having someone go, hey mate, have you done this? Have you done this? Where are you up to on that? Accountability is key for all of us who are walking with Jesus, so that we can stay focused on making sure that Jesus is number one. I believe if we are going to be consistently changed by Jesus, we must spend time with him regularly. Seeking his wisdom that is clarified in the Bible, for us to sustainably lead our families, our work environments, our ministries and other places, we require him to be influencing us so that we can influence others well. We need to stop juggling all the things for a time and spend time with Jesus, sitting at his feet. Now, that all being said, we're already here. We're already together. We're already gathered. So why not do it right now? So for the next 5 or so minutes, we're going to sit at the feet of Jesus. Okay. So I just need slide 17, please. Cool. So we're going to be still. We're going to be silent. We're likely going to hear noise, and that's okay. Read scripture if that will help you. On the screen there will be some encouragements and reminders of who the Bible says you are. Observe them and where helpful ponder. Pray silently and commune with Jesus. So we're going to spend some quiet, silent time, solitude together as a congregation. Okay. Lord Jesus, I ask that you would just be convicting hearts this morning, that you would be soothing hearts this morning, that you would just lead this time. Lord Jesus, you're in charge of this space. Meet us exactly where. Lord, you already know where you need to meet us. And Lord, just do your thing in this time and in this space. In your name, Jesus. Amen. Lord Jesus, we thank you that you are our rest, that you created the Sabbath for us to have a time of rest. Lord, thank you that you had rest, that you rested. You retreated from the crowds. You spent time silently alone with the Father. Lord, thank